Hi, I am Nodirbek Abdusattorov. I am from Uzbekistan. I'll be analyzing my game against Shakhriyar Mamedyarov that played in a rap tournament last year that I won with a nice attacking chess. I'm going to show you my game against Shakhriyar Mamedyarov. It was played last year in the rap tournament. So I start with d4, d5, knight f3, knight f6, play c3. I tried this to confuse him his opening. So yeah, he played g6. He's a Greenfield player, so it's very logical. Bishop f4, bishop g7, e3, castles, bishop e2, c5, castles, knight c6, knight b2, knight h5. He's trying to get this bishop on f4, and obviously I don't want to give it for free, and played bishop g5, provoking h6 and g5. 6, bishop h4, g5, bishop g3. Here he took cd. Very interesting decision. I was expecting knight g3. Here I was expecting knight g3, g, and something like queen b6. It was a very balanced game. He started quickly to create counterplay on the king side with f5, trying to trap my bishop. So bishop e5, knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop takes e5, d5, knight f4. So in this position I have many good moves, and I think white is much better here because obviously has a safer king, and structure is also very good for white, and this I have a very strong outpost for my knight in d4, so I'm maneuvering this knight with knight f3, queen c7. His only hope is to quickly put pressure on this e5 pawn with g4 and queen e5. Yeah, here I could have just played queen d2, not giving this pawn, but I decided to go for a sharper option with rook e1, g4, knight d4, queen takes e5. So the point was that okay, he get this pawn, but he opened the e-file for me, and I'm hoping that if I get control of these dark squares in the center, it will be strategically won for white. So I'm trying to organize my pieces. Queen d2, plays queen d6, with idea of e5, so knight b5, very logical. Queen b8, bishop f1, a6, knight d4, e5, and g3. Yeah, that was my point. I saw this g3 move when I played queen d2, and it was a very important move to not stop fighting for this center. And my idea is, if he takes the knight, I take this pawn, and I get this open file for my rook to invade, and his king is very weak, and I can start putting pressure with bishop g2, rook e5, and rook e1. Yeah, this is just completely winning for white. So obviously he didn't go for it. He played knight h5. I took this pawn, knight g7, and currently has no threats because ed is met is met with bishop g2. That was my plan, like if ed, then bishop g2 is very strong. And with rook e7 and bishop d5 is coming, this is just winning for white, so I played rook a d1. He played queen c7. Now he's ready to take my knight, and I'm playing bishop g2, e4. And here I had many good moves, including knight transfer to f4, knight e2, knight f4 was very a good alternative. I played for attack, because I saw this idea of sacrificing his rook and I couldn't resist. So yeah, I played c4, d takes c4. If queen takes c4, then my plan was to play queen d6, and his queen is a little bit shaky there, and his pieces are not developed, obviously, and my plan is to play bishop f1 and rook c1. I think it was the best option for him to go for it, and I think queen a2 was the line. Yeah, but it was very hard for him to decide with a little time, like dc. And here is my point, like rook e4. Apparently, it's the only move here for black is bishop f5, which is an obvious move, but you only like so bishop f5 was an obvious move and very strong, but only if you see this idea of rook takes f5 and you are holding to this knight, and you don't lose this knight, and it's very I think it's a pretty roughly equal position after this. So so he played rook f7, trying to escape with his king, and so I played bishop h7 check, king f8 and bishop g6. So I can now I have a threat of queen h8 and rook e1 is coming. So he played queen e5, very logical to take control of the e-file, and here I think the most beautiful move of the game, and the very strong one that I played, is king f1. It's very unusual way of preparing rook e1, but I also saw rook d2, but it was I was worried about some variation. Yeah, so I looked for alternatives, and I found this king f1 move that I was very happy about. I was very happy to find this move during the game. King f1, queen f6, queen h8, king e7, and knight c6. That's the whole point of this king f1 move. That if there wasn't knight c6, then the position is very unclear, and only this knight c6 wins the game. So he played king e6, knight d8, king e7, knight f7, queen g6, knight e5, queen f6, queen d8, and he resigned. Yeah, it was a very beautiful concept, and I consider it as one of my best attacking games.